October 1st, and it is 9 a.m. On Friday, and this is a Ask Me Anything. The voice that you can hear right now, this is Agrode, and I'm joined by the Splinterlands co-founder with me, Matt. Matt, can you say a quick hello for everybody?
A quick hello for everybody.
Nice. So we have a couple people that are in here that will be joining this chat as well. Some of you know Cryptomancer. He's been here for a little while now, and he's helping to do a lot of the feature development and roll that out. So he'll come on and kind of give some updates. And another voice that has just started appearing is Hardpoint, and Hardpoint will be able to go answer some questions for you guys and give a little update on servers. Um, so that's the general format for this thing. I know it's an AMA and we call it that, but just so everybody knows, I'm not going to start answering everybody's questions just right away. It's kind of like a company update at the beginning, followed by a um, followed by everybody else is doing their thing and answering their questions afterwards. So we'll get going first with kind of general updates, and hopefully in the process of that, we'll answer a whole bunch of your questions. And then after that, once we've kind of set some of the tone, then you guys can come back and just ask whatever it is you want, so long as you can keep it at least mildly professional. Um, Matt, are there any kind of like big updates that you'd like to provide in general to sort of set the stage for this, or anything that you want to share to kick us off?
Um, yeah, I mean, to start off, there were some hiccups with the season end yesterday, but compared to every other season end over the last couple months, it definitely was much smoother. So I think, we're really getting over that hump of getting smooth season ends. So that's really good. There were definitely some little bugs, obviously, which we're fixing. Um, and we have the recent economy changes that were announced, that were delayed until today as we dealt with a number of issues from yesterday. But I know there's mixed feelings on that, but I think ultimately it will go a long way, to just making a much more sustainable and better growing game economy, which will benefit everyone, into the future. Um, we'll have Hardpoint talking more about, what we're doing on the back end to make everything more scalable, and we're also focusing on security, for a number of issues around people's accounts or passwords getting hacked and things like that. So we're going to work on whatever we can to improve security, add additional password requirements, things like that. So those are kind of like the main things on my end. Cryptomancer is the one primarily leading the development for Chaos Legion to get ready for the pre-sale, um, in October. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Um, and obviously, token prices on third party markets have done very well, which we like to see, and we like to think that that's as a result of all the new features and utility we're putting into the game for the tokens. And we definitely do not plan to stop with that, ever. So we look forward to seeing how that goes.
Yeah, I would say not only is it just some of the development, but it's really about the community going crazy too. I mean, so all of September, those numbers are in now. So we grew 444,849 signups. Those are new registrations that have come through. And for spellbooks, we grew 266,757. So we literally doubled the number of spellbook owners this month. So last month we 11x'd. This month we 2x'd. And if the stats or that pace kind of hold true, we should roughly double again in the next 40 or so days. So it's been absolutely wild and crazy, and I know everybody has these questions of when this, when that, why this, why that, um, and just to let you know, we've really had to do everything humanly possible to go focus in on just handling all of that growth. And I know that there's been hiccups along the way, but we've also mostly had uptime, and we did just get through the biggest end of season we've ever had with the least amount of difficulty we've had in months. So I think, I don't know that I could ever say, well, we're done and scaling is no longer a problem. But man, this is I don't know. I'm pretty happy with where we are and how this has come along, and that growth is just like phenomenal. So to give you a sense, we're sitting at 967,661 registered accounts. So we're almost at 1 million. And for Matt and I, we've been talking about like building a mainstream game and really having the first mainstream crypto game out there. I don't. There's nowhere that you can look and be like, well, when is it officially mainstream? For me, I really think that hitting 1 million registered users is like the bare minimum threshold of actually having a mainstream game. So I'm freaking stoked. I feel like this game is growing, and just like literally in the next couple days here, we're gonna hit one of my 3.5 year goals of turning this into a mainstream game. Now we're just hitting the bare bottom ring of that, but that's freaking amazing, and I'm so proud of this community and how we've grown. And then we're at 486,899 spellbook owners. So I don't know, maybe a day or two, and we should be able to hit 500,000 spellbook owners. Now, the salty folks around here will say things like, hey, that's all bots and it's horrible. If you check MavChat, you'll see that I posted a little bit of data on that. We worked with an analyst, and he took a lot of our data, crunched some numbers, and while it's still new data and a first take, and we'll refine this over time, less than 20% of those accounts were bots, and actually on sign up, we're counting 13% are bots. So I know that there are some salty people out there that will tell you Splinterlands is 50, 60, 80% bots and it's all fake and everybody's fake and I'm the only real human here and whatever else. But no, actually our growth numbers are pretty good. A lot of those bots do hang out in lower leagues. So if you're in novice or bronze, you might actually be experiencing a fair amount of bots down there. But the general and holistic ecosystem is actually doing pretty well. So that's some of what we're seeing, some of what I wanted to put out there, and that's what I got. Okay, so anyways, what else do I want to do here? Other big things, like I personally haven't really done any kind of marketing in the last 6 weeks or 8 weeks, and have really paused on a lot of partnership opportunities. And I'm like, look, I just can't do anything to make this game grow faster than it's already growing. It's just, frankly, it'd be a little bit irresponsible to do, because uptime and upkeep and servers operating is really like the most important thing that we ought to focus on. But going forward, now that the servers are operating a little bit better, I really feel like there's more opportunity to start growing again. And that's going to be one of my focuses now that the servers seem to be able to handle all of the traffic, let's go put more traffic into them. Okay, so that's kind of like the big picture stuff. I guess let's go get Cryptomancer first, and then I want to go grab Hardpoint here, and you guys can go kind of explain where we're at and what's going on. So, Mancer, are you around? Are you able to speak?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. All right, can you talk us through some of the development that you're doing? What are you working on? and just what are your priorities and what are you working on and who are you? What do you do here? Just give us like a real quick intro and tell us what you're doing.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, I've been with Splinterlands for almost 2 years now. I'm one of the game's core developers, responsible for new feature development. Uh, I implemented a bunch of big things like collection power, the anytime tournament system, and the brawl system. And now I'm involved with Chaos Legion. So, over the last several weeks, as has been mentioned, we've been mainly in putting out fires mode, dealing with resolving scaling issues and doing a bunch of bug fixes and just generally making sure the game is in a good state to grow and handle all of the new players that have been joining recently. So, we're starting to come out of the woods on that. I think stability has improved a lot lately, thanks to our efforts. And there's still a few things to do, but overall, I'm pretty happy with where we are right now. And that will continue to improve over time as well. So we're starting to gradually shift back more into new feature development mode. And Chaos Legion is what I'm going to be focusing on for the immediate future. So I've started implementing the ranked and modern play formats. But I've set that aside for the moment because I need to get the pre-sale ready. So I've been looking a lot at the pre-sale requirements, and Nate's come up with some absolutely amazing designs and art for how the pre-sale page is actually going to look and how we're going to lay out all the pre-sale benefits to everyone.
Can you
So
can
there's
you are you gonna give us some eye candy for that, or is that still top
I
secret?
am, yes, yes. So I don't want to reveal too much of it right now until we get closer to the pre-sale date. But there is one thing that I wanted to show you, which is the design of the actual pack art for Chaos Legion. So the stuff that's going to show on the mana wheel when you drag the packs to open them. So this is what a Chaos Legion pack will look like. Let me paste this in.
Everybody is waiting with bated breath.
All right, there it is. So that is a Chaos Legion pack.
Yeah, that's pretty sick looking.
So in the pre-sale would be a page on the shop screen. It will basically replace the current untamed page that we have there. And when you go to the pre-sale page, you'll be able to enter in how many pre-sale packs you want to purchase and how many vouchers you want to exchange. And it'll have all the various bonus options and whatnot. And then once you make a purchase, you will actually get the Chaos Legion packs in your inventory, and you'll be able to see them there on the mana wheel screen, like I just showed. And they'll also show up in your inventory. So you'll be able to trade the packs, and you'll be able to trade the vouchers right away. But you won't be able to actually open them. So they'll just sit there, tantalizing, looking good. But the actual opening of the packs will wait until we fully launch the Chaos Legion expansion sometime later after the pre-sale is finished. So
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty exciting. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I really am. It's going to be an amazing next couple of months.
Yeah, that looks sick. Um, okay, and then what? Can you give us thoughts on your timelines and what your next couple of weeks look like, or do you think we'll be able to make our October 17th deadline? Do you feel like that's too aggressive? Is that doable, at least for the pre-sale? Vouchers have to be into all that. Is that all? How are you feeling with the amount of work that you have to do in the 16 more days you have to do it?
So next couple of weeks are going to be fully dedicated 100% to getting the pre-sale ready. I'm going all out for that. I do want to make that launch date that we're targeting for October 18th, I think, is the
18th.
pre-sale launch.
Okay.
So I'm feeling pretty confident we'll be able to make that. As far as the actual launch of Chaos Legion itself is concerned, that's something that we're not in a position to say at this point. There's a fair amount of work required to get the modern and wild ranked formats in place, as well as playtesting all the Chaos Legion cards themselves and balancing everything, fine tuning, and all that. So it's going to be a little while. I don't think it's going to be immediately after the pre-sale ends. So there'll probably be a bit of a gap where you've got the packs and you're waiting to be able to open them. But I'm really hoping we can get that out before the end of the year sometime.
Okay. And is there one piece of this that you're most excited for?
Oh gosh. I'm excited for everything, really. I think the artwork of the new cars is just absolutely fantastic. I really love the direction the art team is taking us in. Everything's got a very, chaotic look to it, I guess you would say. So that's shaping up nicely. I really like the voucher system and how that's going to work. I think there's going to be some really interesting dynamics at play there as we see how this all works out. So there's not any one thing that I can point to. It's just all going to be a huge package of awesomeness.
A huge package of awesomeness. Well, there you have it,
Yes,
guys.
exactly.
So, Answer, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the quick update. All right, I see that Call Me Tim was able to join us too. Call Me Tim, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. Hey, do you want to go tell us anything that you've been working on? I mean, the servers are operating a little bit differently this time around than they were last, and it seems like you've had some to put into that. Can you give the folks a little bit of who you are and what you do, and give us a sense of how what your temperature check is on this?
Yeah, sure. So, so call me Tim. You can call me Tim. So I do a lot of different things. I'm chief architect for the company, and I've been with the company since about March. So that means that mostly I'm still learning a lot about the architecture and the work that Matt and Cryptomancer and others have already done. I've been involved in a lot of the back end work to try to improve stability, to get more visibility into where bottlenecks are, and to try to get in front of them. So hooking up a lot of visibility into our environment, our servers, and how they're outperforming, databases are performing, and such. Working on hiring and partnerships, getting the right contracts established with companies like AWS and other places. But like everyone else, I'm really excited to see the growth. Really optimistic for all the stuff that's coming down the pipe, and really excited to be a part of the journey.
And just in general, do you, like, if we keep growing at this pace, do you see any kind of it looks like there's some dead ends here for how big we can grow our servers, and is it a lot of green space or blue sky, or do you see a lot of bottlenecks coming in, and we're going to see another round of these things? How do you see scaling going forward?
Yeah, I'd say where we are right now is pretty typical for a company at this point in its journey. So it's finding those bottlenecks, getting rid of them, getting them out of the way. But yeah, I don't see any limits to as far as how far things can go. I personally have built systems capable of handling millions of transactions per second, and even with our growth, very few places or very few games companies otherwise get to that level. So it may mean that as we continue to grow, that we'll have to make some changes to how some of the back end works to be able to support growth of that magnitude. But it's all doable. It's all achievable.
Awesome. Anything that you're particularly excited for or excited about just in the coming weeks, or is there something that's like a super high priority for you to do?
Super high priority for me is probably still trying to make sure that we get the right visibility into the environment so that we can see problems before they're happening and try to get in front of them and get a sense for where those occasional things pop up that aren't unexpected, but to have the data that helps us understand what caused that. The back end's not massively complex, but it's a pretty, it's got a lot of moving parts. So just trying to keep in front of that is the important thing at the moment. And then yeah, as far as like features and stuff that are coming, you know, I'm just excited for all the same stuff as everyone else is. So KS Legion is going to be huge. Looking forward to that. And you know, everything else that's kind of behind that.
Rock on. All right, that's Call Me Tim. Thanks for being here, Call Me Tim, and like not only here at the AMA but at this company. You know, we really have like a powerhouse team of developers, and it continues to grow. Another member of said team is Hardpoint. Hardpoint, are you around?
I am, Agrod.
All right. So one of the things that I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to change the role of Hardpoint, and I'm going to go add him as one of the wizards in the group here. He's really taking on like key responsibilities for operating the game, and you know Matt is a really gifted feature developer and doesn't really want in some ways to run the whole thing. He wants to develop the features, and Hardpoint has really been taking that on and adding that as his baby. And so, welcome the newest wizard to the team, Hardpoint. Hardpoint, maybe you want to go give us a little bit. You know, there's always new people, so if you want to give like a little quick background on who you are, and a little bit of what you're working on, and maybe a 40,000 foot view of where the game's at and what your priorities are, that would be great.
Thanks, Agrod. Let me just say how freaking I'm excited I am to be on the team, to be serving the organization, and to get Wizard is crazy for me. I'm just like all these geeks out there playing this game, and it's so much fun to be a part of the journey. Let's see, a little bit about me. Kind of talked about this last AMA, but I'll just kind of thumbnail it real quick. I've been doing development over 20 years. I was a lead architect for the last couple of years. I've been doing solutions architect and team lead and a whole bunch of those roles for the last 15 plus years. So I've done a lot of development. The last company I was at was a great learning experience for me because we dealt with significantly high volumes of data. We're talking the same levels that Call Me Tim was discussing, millions of transactions a day. So I'm used to dealing with that heavy load, used to dealing with how you organize servers, how you organize teams to respond to that kind of load, how you watch that load, and how you project out the load. So that's going to be a really cool aspect, is that we actually have Call Me Tim here, we have myself, and we actually just, we'll probably introduce him soon, but K-Bucks is joining us soon in October. So you guys will probably get to hear from him in a future AMA, which is actually really exciting. I've worked with him before. He's one of the top guys that I've worked with as well. So it's like being able to bring another person that has that many years of experience working in very high volume and very detailed stuff. His background's more finance, so it'll be a lot of heavy duty finance, math stuff also, besides his development experience that he'll bring to the team. So anyway, it's really exciting on that front, just to seeing the team grow. Our plan kind of organizationally, I guess it's kind of, I'm still getting my boots on the ground. I've been here 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks full, like part-time. I'm still wrapping up my day job and still doing this at night and trying, as I wake up at 2 in the morning, talk to Cryptomancer in Japan. But it's all about how do we serve the community better? How do we make this game run better? How do we get more features out faster? How do we expand the player base in the right way that doesn't harm the economy? How do we support Matt and as he keeps designing? Matt's really going to be pushing further and further forward into the game economy and the features. And I think Matt's done an incredibly brilliant job creating this wonderful game that's we've all come to really love and invested a lot in. Speaking of that, I was actually last night trying to get more SPS staked because I want to somehow find a voucher out there so I can get a Chaos Legion pack. Because when I first signed up, I went to go get a pack and there was nothing for sale, and it was so disappointing not to be able to go pick up a pack day one. And I feel like it's that quintessential gamer walks into the gamer store for old school people, and none of the cool pack has the shelf with the label on it, but they're all sold out. So I'm totally bummed that I wasn't a part of that. So I'm hopefully going to be a part of this Chaos Legion. I'll be able to get a pack or two myself and be able to play that. Really excited, been enjoying the game. One of the things that I bring to the table too is I have a really good mix of personal skills and technical skills and organizational skills. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to use them here to really help organize the organization. Some of the big things that we've been doing at a 40,000 foot view is we're getting some best in class tools running internally, and we're starting to get better lines of communication between the different parts of the organization. We're going to be smoothing out that stuff. One of the things that I'm really going to have to ask the community for is some patience over the next couple of weeks, because we are going to be staffing up heavily on the dev side, probably in the next couple of months. Well, definitely. But what's going to mean is there's going to be some slowdown in some of the tickets that are going to be responded to. And I can tell you that I've been watching them come across the desk, and I've been seeing them reported by support, interacting with support on a daily basis on them. And it really breaks my heart, because as a player too, I know how frustrating it can be to log into your account and either your battle hangs or you're having something wrong with the marketplace or whatever it may be. I definitely understand that frustration, being a longtime gamer myself. So my goal is to try to position everything inside the organization in a place that we can best serve you as fast as possible. And one of those things we're going to be doing internally is we're going to be ramping up our tools for support. It's one of the big first kind of initiatives that I'm going to try to be pushing on in the next couple of weeks. And what that really means for the community as a whole is that you're going to start seeing over the next couple of weeks those tickets that would have taken a lot longer to turn around are going to start being turned around really quickly. So we're going to be excited about that. And then what's going to happen is it's going to allow us to shift our dev resources away from just reacting to getting hit left and right from support, to being able to funnel that into a very efficient, productive way, and also being able to carve out room for Matt and Cryptomancer to really get that Chaos Legion going. So my hope is that the community will really start to see over the next couple of months a much more consistent delivery time frame from the company and a much more predictable life cycle with how we want to deliver new expansions and features in the future. It will be really great for me to feel like if I never hear Agro or Matt get on here and say how development's the one holding up everything. I would love for every part of the organization to be held up except for us. So, that's what my plan is. And like I said, really, really excited, very humbled to be here. Going to try to do my best to serve you guys as best as possible. I'm playing the game too. I'm seeing the same things. I just want to give a huge shout out, like I said, to the support staff here. They don't get enough credit for all of the stuff they have to deal with. This is not just your normal game too, as you guys know. This is something special. We're talking about cryptocurrency. We're talking about, interacting with NFTs. You're talking about gaming too, on top of all that. So our support staff is dealing with quite a large volume and a wide range of issues. And so I just say that you guys please give them big shouts outs every time you can, and just know they are working their butts off to make sure that your experience is the best possible. And we are going to be doing the best we can on the development side to make sure that they give you the best experience. And I hope that I can make a huge difference here, and that you guys will be excited to have me on board in the next couple of months, not just from just getting this tease, but also that you will see real world impact of my presence here.
No, rock on. Thanks, Hardpoint. It's great to have you here. He's going to help us organize in lots of different ways. And, hopefully as you guys continue to listen and you get to hear new voices and hear new people, you'll get a sense that this team is growing, as maybe not quite as fast as the business is growing. It's a lot harder to add high level, really qualified people and build teams around them than it is to just apparently add another player. So we're trying to do all these things at the same time. And, the real focus here is let's make sure that the game is always operating and there's never a moment where we're down. And then let's take stuff off of Matt's plate so he's not doing all of the server operating. He's not having to do all of the support. He's not having to manage all the business and do all the parts. And let's kind of clone Matt to the best of our ability and and really let him be able to do the parts that he loves, which is the feature development and the economy design. And let's get, Cryptomancer so that he's not really on duty for like, hey, the servers aren't operating, we need your help. Let's get the feature areas kind of like booming and fully supported. Let's get the servers operating all the time, and let's get this stuff. Let's get more content out. We have other games we want to make. We have other tools we want to make. We have other features and plans and all this other stuff that we got to get done. And I really feel like we're on the best pathway we've been on to be able to do all of those things. So that's the 30 minutes that I felt would be helpful to just sort of couch this whole thing for what players need. Matt, I guess I'm thinking that we open this up to player questions and we just fly through them. I guess there's
I just want to give a quick update on land, because I know a lot of people have asked about that. So take a couple minutes.
Yeah, do it. That's great. I'm sure people will love it.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously our land expansion has gotten delayed significantly. We're not very happy about that. But on the flip side, it's led to a hugely increased game, hugely increased player base, hugely increased market for the land, which will ultimately, when land is released, make it that much better, right? If we have 10 or 20 times the number of players involved when land is released, it'll make it significantly better. So even though we're all not happy that it is delayed, because we as players are really excited for it, just like you guys, it's hopefully for good reasons and ultimately to make it better. And as we've talked about ramping up development teams, one of our goals is specifically to get some developers who are just specifically focused on land. So right now we only had a few people. So when, there are problems, we have to stop working on other things and deal with the problems, deal with scaling, deal with security issues, whatever it is. We want to have people that deal with those things and separate people that are just going to be building the land expansion. So they're never delayed or have to stop and work on other things. That is going to take some time. But on the flip side, and it's still something that's discussed regularly. We just had a discussion about land yesterday, actually. And I think also if we have, we're in the position to kind of get a more dedicated team of experienced people to build out the land expansion, we can also make it much better than I think we were originally planning with just, me and Cryptomancer and a couple other people. Better graphics, better UI, better everything. So the people who are upset about the delay, we understand and we apologize. And it's still going to be a little while at this point before land is out, even the first phase, because we're still working on getting more developers in to even kind of really start pushing on that front. So we don't have an ETA for that. But on the flip side, if you don't want to wait, you can sell your land, and I would imagine most people could get quite a good bit for it at this point. But the people who do wait or who hold on to their land, we are just so excited for how awesome it's going to be. Not just how cool and fun the land expansion is going to be, and how good we think we'll be able to make it, but how much it will help improve the entire game. Just the new items and spell cards, the new way the game works will help add more player interaction and skill into the battles. The fact that the land is the only way that you can generate those new cards, so a lot of value will actually go directly to the land, which is unique as far as I've ever seen. So it is going to take a lot longer than we expected. We don't have an ETA right now, but all I can say is we are going to do it. We have the resources. We are going to get really good people here to build a really awesome land expansion, even better than what we were originally planning when it was announced last year. So it will happen. I don't know when exactly, but it will, and it will be awesome. So it's up to you, if you want to, stick around and kind of hold on to some land for that or not. We don't care either way. If you want to sell your land, that's the whole point of NFTs and these type of games, is that you're free to do that. And I'm sure there would be some other players on the other side of that transaction that would be happy to get your lands. So that's kind of the update. I wish I could say like, yes, it will be done on this date. We don't know that right now, but what we're working on is getting teams in place to work on it exclusively so that we can have a date, and that we can hit it. So that's where we are.
Rock on. Okay, so I have a list of questions that have been collected from over the week. So the general format for this is, before I open up questions to everybody, we kind of take the questions that have been delivered and we'll do that, So here's
Can you share that? Oh, there it is.
So here's a Google Doc. This has all the questions in it, and my plan right now is to go run through these, and we'll see how many of them we can get through in the next 20 minutes with Matt, and then I'll sort of start powering through them, and then after I power through these, I'll be here for 1 extra hour, and I'll just answer any question. And if for whatever reason you don't get your question answered, you can go put it into AMA, and we'll save it for the next time around. So Matt, there's a couple pages of questions here, so I kind of want to try to power through them a bit. But so what's the plan to mitigate the end of season rental inflation? So I hear a lot of concerns about players just on the last day and prices going up and rentals being canceled. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I would like the ability to have rentals that you can kind of specify the length of time before they can be canceled. So you could do like maybe a week long or a 2-week rental where if it's canceled, it wouldn't be till the end of that week or 2 weeks. So there's some work to do. Like player owners who are renting their cards would have to say whether or not they want to offer their cards for what length of time. But I think ultimately that would take care of the problem. So if you there will be filters on the rental market screen where you could say like, I want to rent cards that is like a 2-week rental, say, for example. And it would filter and it would show all the cards where the owners have said, yes, we are okay renting this card out for 2 weeks. And that means, it can't be canceled for that amount of time. And I think that would help mitigate this so players can, whenever they want, rent for whatever length they want and know that the cards won't be canceled at the end of the season. I'm also open to other, suggestions that people have on that.
I see a land coin question. I'm going to skip that for now because we just talked about land. Yeah, what's next for guilds? Mathematically, the cost of maxing a guild now sits at over $110,000. Any thoughts on what we might do about that?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't, with all the other stuff going on, I'd say we haven't spent much time looking at the guild economy and math. Obviously it's a communal thing, so it's not, a lot of people can pitch in to do that. So I don't have an answer, but I'd say on the one side, it makes guilds very valuable, and being in a good guild and top tier guild is pretty valuable, and we'll kind of always look for ways to have being in a guild, provide value and utility back to the players. I mean, we have things like discounts where there's going to be involvement in the land expansion, and things like that. But I'd say we haven't spent much time looking at the guild economy yet because we've been focusing on kind of other things first. But I do agree it deserves some thought.
All right. When can we get info about when vouchers are needed or not after pre-sale to buy packs? Because the vouchers are going to cost big money. So we hinted at this a little bit. Do you want to talk about any plans, or can I share anything about thoughts on plans, or do you want to hold off for now?
I would say hold off until we actually sit down and design it. We do plan for the vouchers to continue after the pre-sale and be used for various different things in the game. I think we plan for, not once the main sale starts after the pre-sale. I don't think we plan to just release all 15 million packs available for sale, or 14 million remaining packs available for sale right away. And we'll kind of use vouchers to still kind of meter out the amount that can be sold. And then vouchers will be used in other parts of the game. We haven't got the final designs and details over what that's going to be yet. So I don't want to say too much, because then if we say something now and then it changes, people might take actions or be upset. based on the incorrect information.
How do the pre-launch packs work? You get bonuses for buying them early, but do you have to open the packs to get those bonuses later, or simply the act of buying them early is enough? Or do the bonuses transfer to the person who buys the pre-launch pack I put on the market at launch time? How does that work?
The bonuses work just like the airdrops worked for, Untamed and Dice. So you don't have to open the pack. It's for people who purchase the pack during the pre-sale will get the bonus. So even if you resell the pack to someone else, the person who purchased the pack through Splinterlands is the one that gets the bonus. So if you're buying secondhand packs from people, you won't get any of the pre-sale bonuses for them. So we're just going to simply look at like purchases in the Splinterlands shop to see, to calculate all the bonuses.
Let's see. Just to ask regarding the upcoming selling of the new packs, do each pack already have the allotted cards or randomly choose in the remaining pool of cards opening? Just a little bit of a reminder for new players, like how do you know what's in a pack, and is there a set number of individual cards, or is it just the set number of packs available? Like, can you walk through a little bit of the math around opening up packs?
Yeah, the contents of a pack are determined at the time the pack is open. So when you open a pack, you submit a transaction to the Hive blockchain, and the cards are created deterministically using unpredictable data from the blockchain transaction. So that means your transaction on the blockchain to open the pack will determine what cards you have in the pack, and it will choose randomly from the set of available cards. So we will have cards that get airdropped over the life of the set, and those cards will be added into packs going forward. So if you buy a pack, in the pre-sale and you keep it, and you don't open it until the very end of Chaos Legion, whenever that may be, you would have a chance of getting those airdrop cards that are added into the set over the life of the set, whereas you wouldn't if you opened it early. But on the flip side, if you open it early, then you get Chaos Legion cards that you can play with, and potentially use to earn rewards over the year or so that Chaos Legion will be available. So yeah, just to be very clear, the contents of the pack are generated when it's opened from the pool of cards that are in the set at that time.
I have money to buy 1,000 packs, but my SPS will be limited by 120 packs, which is an estimate. The legendary title is only for pre-sale or can be achieved later by buying 1,000 packs. Any plans for a DEC pool inside the game? And he kind of has a couple questions in here. But is the legendary title only during the pre-sale, or if you buy 1,000 packs later, can you get it then?
The Legionnaire title is only for 1,000 packs purchased during the pre-sale. So even if you don't have enough SPS staked to get enough vouchers for 1,000 packs, you can buy vouchers. You will be able to buy vouchers on third-party markets, so you can buy the amount of packs that you want. So you don't have to have the SPS staked yourself. But yeah, the Legionnaire title and other rewards are only available for packs purchased during the pre-sale, and they're planned to be relatively scarce, valuable, hopefully.
Any plans for a DEC pool inside the game? Which I think he's really asking, is there any other way for me to buy DEC or to swap this for other stuff inside the game?
I mean, we offer, there's a plus button next to the DEC balance at the top of the game that offers some third-party convenience services for buying DEC, and we're planning to try to add new ones and just generally make it easier for people to get DEC without leaving the game environment. I think also, a big part of the land expansion is a lot of DeFi elements and, our own kind of AMM pools for trading resources and dark energy crystals and other things. So, I'd say that might be available at that point, but that's still a while out.
Chance is asking, with there being 1 million vouchers given out total that we have announced, but 5 weeks to buy Chaos Legion packs with them, will voucher rewards be turned off during the 5th week, or will they then later be re-enabled? I know that we mentioned this a little, but he's asked it 2 or 3 times now. And
Yeah, I believe the plan is that the vouchers will be given out over 30 days, and then there'll be an additional week after that 30-day period that you can still use the vouchers to buy the Chaos Legion pre-sale packs. So it's like, there's not the drop of the vouchers on the last day, and everyone has to kind of scramble to use them. So there's going to be a grace period where there's no more vouchers given out, but people can still, buy them on the market or trade them or whatever to get the last of the pre-sale pack. And then, we'll announce when we figure out all the details when vouchers will resume and how that works and what they can be used for.
Do you have to buy and open the pack in order for them to count towards the airdrop?
No, just as long as you just buy the pack and you're the one that bought the pack, you'll be eligible for all the rewards and airdrops.
This question might have been Neil. Are liquidity pool SPS rewards active yet?
No. So they're not currently giving out SPS token rewards for liquidity providers.
All right.
But I will mention that's a good segue. Just a real quick thing that we should mention is you can get cake rewards for putting SPS in the pancake swap pool. So there's an SPS BNB pool. If you put up liquidity in that pool, you can stake it in pancake swap, and you can earn a pretty decent return in cake tokens. On top of that, just yesterday, the Cub Finance platform, which is created by the Leo Finance guys, who you might be familiar with from Hive and Steam, they launched what they call a kingdom for the pancake swap pool. So instead of putting your liquidity tokens into pancake swap, you can actually put them into the Cub Finance kingdom, which basically puts them into pancake swap for you and will automatically reinvest your earnings. So it automatically compounds your earnings, and you earn Cub tokens on top of it. So, I myself dabbled in that a little bit personally yesterday when it launched, and it's kind of like a no-brainer if you want to do SPS liquid. If you're holding SPS and want to put some up for liquidity, you'll get cake rewards, auto compounding, and Cub rewards on top of it. So, once that kind of winds down, one of the things we're going to be doing, hopefully in the near future, is also directly incentivizing people to stake SPS in liquidity pools, but that's not now.
There's a couple of these questions, I guess. How much SPS can I get from ranked battles in the future? Do you want to say anything about how that'll start working, and maybe even when?
Yeah, for that I would just say we've listed how we plan to do it in the SPS white paper, so you can see how much SPS is reserved for that pool, and read how that works and kind of figure that out on your own. We don't have specific numbers of like you will get this much SPS.
How is the spot price of SPS and DEC determined for the purposes of buying chaos packs? Is it the Hive Engine price or an amalgamation of all listed prices?
Should be a combination of, or an average of, Hive Engine and the pancake swap pool.
All right, some rental questions. If I put a card for sale in the market, can I keep using it till it sells, or does it become unavailable?
You can't use cards in battle that are listed for sale on the market.
He's asking, are you considering adding a whole season option to rental? And we had suggested maybe a week or two.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it could just be like, the owner could set the maximum length of time, but that's we'll kind of figure out. But yeah, we want to add something where you can rent a card for a specific amount of time and it can't be canceled early.
So here's some rapid fire questions. Do potions work with chest rewards or only with packs of cards?
They only work with packs. They don't work with chest rewards.
What causes the increase of total circulating supply? I mean, what are the factors that cause that? I think he means for SPS.
Oh, if you mean SPS, yeah, that's a good question. So right now, the supply is increased once a month manually. It's a manual process that we do for the private sale token investors. So 20 million tokens are given out to the private sale token investors every month for a total of 10 months. We are currently working on the Minter smart contract for the token on Binance Smart Chain. which will start over time, probably like roughly on a daily basis, minting the new tokens for the different reward pools, the team tokens, foundation tokens, etc. But that's still in progress. So right now it's just a manual minting of the private sale tokens for the private sale investors, and the automatic process will happen when the minter contract's ready.
Why is the DEC reward per win still small, even though the DEC price has increased?
Well, the DEC price doesn't affect the DEC rewards. So the DEC rewards per win is based on, the number of players that have played battles, the number of battles played in the last 24 hours, and the amount of dark energy crystals in the reward pool. And the DEC and the reward pool does increase as the price goes up, but also our player base has been increasing even faster. So I think that maybe can answer the question. But also the changes that we announced a couple days ago are going to go into place soon after the AMA is done. And those will help also, prevent the large kind of bot armies that are just farming DEC rewards without kind of buying cards. It'll be capped based on your league maximum, which it kind of describes more in the post. So we hope that will help, kind of spread the DEC rewards to people who rank up, get the higher leagues and get higher collection power. And just a real quick note on that, it's generally always our goal for the game and the game economy to make sure that players are incentivized to get to higher leagues and therefore to get more cards, either renting or buying or whatever. So that's the whole point of the game is, you're supposed to try to move up into higher leagues and get more cards. So, everything we do with the game economy is focused on, we want to incentivize people to get the higher leagues and get more cards. And whenever there are situations where it incentivizes the opposite of that, that's something that needs to be fixed. And we would hope that kind of everyone here and everyone in the community agrees with those goals, because that's the only way we can have a sustainable economy with, sustainable asset prices and things like that. Is we have to incentivize people to get more assets and move up in the game. So, we hadn't addressed that issue as quickly as we should have, because there was a lot of other stuff going on. We were pulled in a lot of different directions, but we're going to start focusing more as Hardpoint and Call Me Tim and other people are helping focus on the other issues. We're able to focus more on what are the issues with the game economy, how do we fix those, and how do we incentivize people to get the higher leagues and get more cards.
There's a paid service where you can see opponents' monsters before you submit your team. Is this allowed?
So there is a setting that allows that. So let me back up a little bit. Initially, when all the battles were broadcast to the blockchain, there is a cost in resource credits to submitting blockchain transactions. So for by default, it would submit your team initially right away. It wouldn't submit a hidden version of your team and then reveal it later, to reduce the number of blockchain transactions and the number of resource credits that were required. And then there was a setting you could turn on to say, I want to have two separate blockchain transactions, one that just submits a hashed version of my team, like an encrypted version basically, and then one that reveals it later after the opponent submitted your team. So that's why that was there, and that's why there was a site that could allow people to see their opponent's teams if they didn't have that setting turned on. Now that we've kind of switched battles from being off the blockchain, they're still signed by your blockchain keys and all that, so they're still verifiable, but they're sent directly to our servers. We don't have that issue anymore, and I believe just last night Cryptomancer released a change to have that be the default for all players, where it will have two transactions, so your team will be hidden until both players submit, and then it's revealed. So I think as of today, that should not be possible going forward, to view people's teams before both players have submitted.
Okay. I think that's kind of the big set of questions that I wanted Matt to answer from all of these. I always try to be super cautious with developers' time, because it's such a precious resource. Matt, is there anything that you want to add? I'm going to spend the next hour just sort of answering a lot of what are likely like common repeat questions, but there's a lot of new players, so that's to be expected. Is there anything that you kind of want to end on, or give any sense of, or talk about, or give future direction on, or anything else you want to share, kind of big picture, in the weeds, or whatever regarding the game and what you want folks to know?
I guess the main thing is, mostly thanks to Hardpoint coming on recently, we've just really started to get everything under control and organized from every part of the organization. Support, tooling, development, having the feature developers be able to start focusing on the feature development, communication, all that stuff is just starting to get organized and put in place. It'll allow us to bring new people on, have those new people really focus on the things that they are best at focusing on without getting pulled into other things that they're not as good at, like me getting pulled into trying to keep our servers running, which is not my area of expertise at all. So it's like really finally only over the past few weeks have things started to get to the point where like we're really going in a good direction, and then it's going to start kind of taking off from a development and feature perspective. Obviously, other things like asset prices and new players have already taken off, but we're kind of struggling to catch up with that. And I finally feel like we're catching up, and then we're going to start, running and keeping pace with everything from the development and organizational side of things. So like for me personally, like in July and August, I was like just going crazy. Like, how are we ever going to handle all this stuff? Like, there's just no way, we're never going to be able to get to land and all that stuff. But now, like, I clearly see like things are getting organized, things are getting put into place. We're starting to work on the features, and like now, like I said, we started to have a pretty big discussion back around land yesterday, which we hadn't had for a few months. So it's like, now there's a clear path forward, and it's a good path. We have a lot of good people on now that we didn't have before. So like, again, as a player, like all the stuff we build in the game is stuff that Agrod and I, as players, are like, this would be so cool if there was a game like this. If there was a game like this, we would spend so much money in it and like want to do all this stuff and play it all the time. So, that's why we're super, it has nothing to do. It's never like, oh, how does this make the company more money, or does this do that? It's like really like, we just want to build what as players we think is really cool and awesome. And then, we just figure the money and success will follow from that, not just for us, but for the community. That's the whole point of this type of game. Like, it's, if the game is successful and if we build cool things, then anyone who has the assets should also benefit, which we've been seeing over the past couple months, which is awesome. And I just think like what we have in store for the future is so much more awesome than everything we've done in the past so far, that I'm just so excited to actually be able to kind of start working on it, to get people, really good people who are better and have more experience than I do, to help build this stuff. As a player, I'm just super excited for that to happen.
Well, rock on, guys. That's our founder, Matt. It's a pleasure to have everybody here. We're gonna let Matt and the developers go. Let's thank them for their work because they're awesome. And
thank you, everybody.
At this point, I'm going to transition over to full AMA. And just so everybody knows, this is kind of the pattern. We're going to do updates from the game, the developers, and the content and the creative side, the business side. After that, we're going to go over the questions that people have submitted in the AMA channel, following the last meeting. And then lastly, for basically the second hour, it's just, gloves off, power through, and answer everything. The rules for this, really the number one rule for this is try not to go repeat your question 10 times. It's really obnoxious. And try to keep your chatter to a minimum. You guys can't really believe just how tricky this is to pay attention to this and, try to get pings from lots of other people while I'm doing this. It's just keep your, try to keep it professional, try to keep it calm. And, okay. So, speaking of just keeping calm, just remembering that Chaos Legion is super exciting and lots of people are stoked for it. I do want to just mention that I'm trying to help set expectations. We have 450,000 spellbook owners, and there's only 1 million packs for sale. So on average, everybody's going to get 2. So if you get more than 2, it means that you're doing really well. So just be calm. Like, people are probably not going to get as many packs as they want. We've seen more than 20 million SPS get staked just in the last week or so. And I imagine when the 18th comes around, it'll be even higher. So the target for how much SPS you have to have staked to guarantee your packs is going to keep going up. Or I think it is. I don't have a crystal ball that's any better than anyone else's, but that is my personal expectation. So I'm just trying to level set expectations so that you guys are ready. So with that said, please don't just keep spamming your questions at me. Ask it once, I'll get to it. And this is now the power hour of questions. And here we go. So I see Gaten Semp at 10 a.m. Will shop discounts for guild work for pre-sale packs? We don't typically do it for the packs, like the core packs. We'll do it we'll have so Chaos Legion is like a core pack replacement, but we also have kind of your promotional packs, which are the orbs and dice. So it will cut down, your guild will cut down that. We obviously don't have them for sale yet. Somebody's talking. I don't know who's able to speak, but just be careful with that. All right, next up, is the goal for DEC to revert back to 1,000 DEC was $1 US? I don't know that it's the goal. I mean, I'd say that the way that it's designed is that when it's over 1,000 DEC, if the ratio makes 1,000 DC worth more than $1, it'll print more. So, beyond that, Matt and I are not really messing with things to try to change it back, but there is a system in place to make that happen. With the new reward system capped on the actual rank, will our rating still continue to rise above our current rank? Yeah, your rating will rise, but when you're counting your rewards, it will stay low. Because this would force us to fight stronger people above our league and give us much less chance of winning while the reward for winning is capped. Yeah, we want it so that there's not a lot of benefit to what we consider clubbing baby seals and just kind of hanging out in lower leagues with big cards. Was Lord Arianthus inspired by the face of Bo from Doctor Who? No, it was actually someone inspired by Next Gen Crypto, who often went by the moniker Bernie Sanders, who had his logo as a head in a jar. And so this was sort of a version of that because he was one of the biggest whales in the game at a time. Will modern game mode be released as soon as Chaos Legion drops? That is the plan, no promises. And will the power requirements per league be changed? I imagine so, but I don't actually know that for certain, so we'll all find out together. When lands come out, will they contribute to power for league requirements? No, I don't think so. Your power is really your power, and that really comes from your cards. So as of right now, it's not, it's not the other stuff. If I buy Chaos Legion pack after pre-sale, can we still get a 10% discount of used SPS? No, I think the 10% discount for the SPS is just during the pre-sale, but I don't know. Why can't you buy credits on mobile? Sometimes PayPal shuts us down. They do this to all kinds of companies. Initially, I thought it was really just because we do crypto stuff, but after talking to more normie businesses that use PayPal, everybody just kind of gets shut down by PayPal at times. So they keep reinstating us. It makes Matt go answer 10,000 questions about us and what we're doing, and then they reinstate it. But if you're wondering, well, hey, why doesn't PayPal, or why won't they accept credit cards? It's because PayPal is being a pain in the butt. Eventually, we'll add some more, fiat payment methods, but that's the one that we have available now. And despite them being good in a lot of ways, they're sometimes flaky. Where can I buy land from other players, and how do I get into my account? You can buy it on Hive Engine, you can buy it on Tribal Decks, and you can buy it on Atomic Hub. And there's different ways to get it into your account. I suggest chatting with tech support regarding, right at the time that you're doing it. So lands, we are looking into 6 or 8 months of development and hiccups, so about the year. I actually don't know that it's going to be that long. We're hiring, we're getting more people in. Matt's going to be able to focus on other parts of feature development. There's been some scope creep too. So I don't have a good number for you. We kind of just want to get through Chaos Legion and see if the servers are okay and everything's functional, and then we can start thinking about what else can we build and how quickly can we build it. Any plans to improve the new player experience? Currently, if you start, there's nothing to do other than the daily quest and fight for like 0.01 DEC per win. Yeah, I mean, you can do the tutorial too, but I don't know. I mean, anytime that we just like hand out money for free, there's just going to be 80,000 bots that sign up just to go get that money for free. So it's kind of going to stay a tough grind for the players that, really want to do nothing other than just start with nothing. But, join the community, join a guild, talk to your friends. There's ways to do stuff. Question, what if the whole 1 million pre-sale packs don't get sold in a month? What will happen for the remaining packs? I have very limited concern about that happening. I mean, I know of people that are bringing in millions of dollars to go purchase these packs. So I very much see them getting sold. If I guess on the off chance that they don't, we'll either extend the pre-sale or we'll just, at the end of the 30 odd day or like a little bit more than 30 days, we'll just start into the next phase of things. Question, is there a job board for Splinterlands? Not really. If you're like a super senior dev, you can contact me, and that's about all that I'm hiring for right this moment. If you do UI or UX design, that would be another thing that we consider. If not, how can a member of the community best contribute? Everybody has different skill sets, but we all benefit when new players come here. What is the AMA exactly? AMA stands for Ask Me Anything, and it's just you guys peppering me with questions. When are the mobile version of the game going to catch up with the browser version? Yeah, that's a great question. We are looking for like more browser-based developers and more browser-based, or like the mobile piece. We want mobile designers and mobile devs. So we are actually looking for that too. The purpose of vouchers, I think that's just a statement. What stops me from unstaking my SPS after pre-sale? Nothing. We are not forcing you to do anything. You are free to make your own decisions and do whatever you'd like. The main thing is just that, the SPS that you have is going to continue to be further and further implemented into this game so that in order to go get the maximum amount of benefits and earnings possible, you're going to need to have enough SPS stake to get it. Question, you had said that you were incentivizing players to go up in ranked battles. However, the DEC rewards for top battle incentivizes players with the best card to stay in the league instead of going up, making it harder for other players who can't go up in leagues, and so on. Well, one of the things that we just did is change that. So let's go see how this season goes. We did just put rank caps on, so we'll see if that is still true. Why not ban bots and have Splinterlands run their own bots? Have these bots accumulate winnings. When someone defeats a bot, they get 50% of the bot's current accumulation, stuff. Yeah, we're not going to go ban bots. I mean, I'm not going to make personal determinations if it's a family of 4 and they all play the same account or it's just one person that is running a bot. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to KYC everybody. You guys just have to understand that this is a game that allows bots. And as part of that, we do our best to make sure that they provide as little impact as possible, but not as little impact. I mean, the bots are just going to be the bots and what they do, but we don't want the bots to have any kind of advantages. Question, will there be a change of power requirements for each league? Because now the minimum power requirements are very expensive to reach. I don't know. Maybe because of the reward card or the new Chaos Legion cards have a smaller collection power. It wouldn't shock me if the leagues are lower, but we haven't designed it out, so I can't tell you what that'll look like just yet. Have you noticed that tournament participation is going down every week as silver bronze tournaments? We are already at a level where there are more prizes than players. Of course, this is because the SPS staking requirements. I know you're doing this to keep SPS up, but if we are going to keep at this rate, tournaments will be for a selective few. Players at bronze, silver just don't win enough SPS to keep up with it. That is a small problem, although there is still 300 days of an airdrop left. So I'm at the point where I'm not moving the SBS tournament staking requirements up. I think those are going to stay pretty steady. So for the players that are staking and holding, hopefully you'll be able to enter these. And it's very sad if the number of players goes down, but it's not very sad for the players that are fighting and have the stake. I'm sure that they're jumping for joy that there's less competition for the more expensive prize pools. With like SPS going up to 56 cents and us doing almost 250,000 SPS per day on average, we're giving away about $120,000 a day in tournament prizes right now. I know that's not all reflected on the tournament screen, but that's about what it's at right now. So if you don't have it, you're missing out, and apparently you hate making money. All right, change the rental price of a card while it's rented so it's listed for a different price when it comes back. I don't know. I don't know what that's asking. Have a setting that the card is automatically relisted for the lowest price when the card comes back. Yeah, you guys might just have to, enable your stuff a little bit and manage it. But, we don't really have those kind of settings through the main game, so maybe you can talk to Asgarth and Jarvie about what Peak Monsters is doing. Will we have Splinterlands merchandise, at least a cap? We make digital stuff. We'll probably find a vendor somewhere that wants to go make this. Nate has some t-shirts that are available. I think it's their Steam style. If we start traveling again, we'll go have some shirts and maybe you can steal one at some point. But do you have an accurate way of seeing how many players are actual humans versus bots? And is this the amount of Chaos Legion packs factoring this in? Chaos Legion didn't care at all. I have one set of data. I like the data. Matt doesn't like the data, but the data the analysis that we just did said it was 13% of new signups are bots, and then by the time that you get to how many are playing, it's maybe 20% of accounts are bots. Matt said he doesn't believe it, but I actually think that it's not totally unreasonable. So the two of us are a little bit at odds, and I'm trusting some of the folks that put this together. Without input from either Matt or I. So neither of our biases was in there. We just hired a third party or worked with a third party to do it. Can you put time of expiry on cards to easily see when the rent is going to end for those rented cards? That's a good suggestion. Maybe that can make it to the list. Will there be land expansions, plural? I remember there won't be any more lands in a previous AMA, but people on Discord said there is an expansion coming. So my rule for this, and Matt and I need to keep talking about this, but we want land to be super scarce. So we're not just going to keep introducing, like with the packs, I will tell you straight up, we are going to go do another, like every year, we plan on releasing another pack. There will probably be some mini packs that go along with that, but there's one core edition per year. I'm not making that same promise with land. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't want that to be happening with land. We want to keep that scarce, and there's just not enough land for everybody, and that's how that operates. The one exception to that I've shared a number of times is that when we make new games or new expansions to games, we might be selling additional types of land then to go with a different game. But it's not just like, oh, there's more players, so here's more land. We're not doing it that way. And it's not like, oh, it's 2022, so more land, right? And our answer there is no. That's not what we're doing with land. Are the current rewards cards and loot chests would still be part of the drops in Chaos Legion packs? No, the rewards cards don't show up as Chaos Legion pack cards. Are you expecting SPS price to rise during this month? I have personal thoughts on all of this, but I share none of them on AMAs. I don't want to be responsible for telling you whether it goes up or down. I don't have a crystal ball, and anybody who tells you they know for certain is probably lying or selling you something. Do you have a plan to make it a 3D battle? We're adding animation. I don't know that I'll ever make it to 3D battle, but we'll see. Will there be DEC to credits conversion? No, I don't believe so. The land is sold for the foreseeable future. New land, whatever. Why champion points count for airdrop points? Because those are the people that made it the highest, and we're celebrating the fact that they have played this game and made it to the champion level. So they get airdrop points for being awesome. Can we get multiple titles from the Chaos Legion pre-sale? If I buy 3,000 packs, would I get 3 titles? I believe so, but don't hold me to that. You got to wait until we actually launch everything. When will purchasing credits through Google Play on Android return? Whenever the like Play stores or PayPal stop harassing us. Are you saying that SPS 10% discount is only for the pre-sale? Yes. And after the pre-sale, there will be no more 10% discount for SPS? Correct. Will buying credits, whoops, oh man, it just popped me all the way back up. Will buying credits by mobile be enabled again? We're going to try. I apologize if you already answered this, but what are the plans for the sale of Chaos Legion after the pre-sale regarding vouchers? Well, we're still being a little coy about the plan. Matt wants to take more time to finalize the design, but vouchers will be a part of the ecosystem going forward. Wanted to apply for customer support, have experience in 2K games. How can I apply? You can go talk to Byzantinist and message him. Will the owned SPS that are not staked be counted towards the airdrop points? No, only staked SPS count. And actually, even staked SPS don't count towards airdrop points. So that's a weird question. Does the credits kickback for affiliate program work on the pre-sale? Yes, it should. If people are buying stuff, you should get 5% of that. Why champion counts point for airdrop? Oh, I guess you just want to keep answering or asking that. Question, can anybody buy 1,000 packs during pre-sale, or are those the amount of vouchers determine how much you can buy? Yeah, well, you're going to need $4 a pack, and you're going to need a voucher. So if you want 4,000 packs, you're going to need $4,000, although there are some bonuses. And then you're also going to need if you want to buy 1,000 packs, yeah, you're going to need $4,000, and you're going to need 1,000 vouchers. And I have no idea what the price of a voucher will be. I have some thoughts, but I'm not sharing price ideas. But you probably want to grab your SPS sooner rather than later. So many have been grinding and continue grinding since alpha, so always play the game. Yeah, play the long game. Agreed. What is land purpose? So many excitations is there. The land is going to let you mint new NFTs that you can use in battles. So you will harvest resources, build buildings, and craft those resources into NFTs that you can play with, sell, rent, whatever. DEC and SPS listing and any other exchanges. What is the next move? Well, I've been kind of holding off until I see that SPS and like the servers are okay. And now it feels like the servers are okay. So I might go start talking to more exchanges, but there's really only 4 that we're all that interested in. The other ones can list us and that's fine. But, we use each one of those as an opportunity to add their players to our network. Do you need a bot expert to help? I work as a senior RPA developer for Cigna Healthcare if you need help preventing bots. You're certainly welcome to talk with us and provide some feedback. But we're not just here to ban bots. Sorry if people want to do that. That is not the plan. That's not how we're operating. Question, do you think it's fair that selling cards using credits and getting us paid back by DEC is okay? As you have said, price of DEC might be back to 1K equals 1 USD, so it's unfair if that happens. I don't know how to answer that, whether it's fair or not. We just use market values. Sorry to ask again, what is the use of a voucher after pre-sale? There will be a use of a voucher after the pre-sale, but we're being coy and not fully explaining. That's because Matt wants to get more work done on the overall design. When will user-generated NFTs be able to be sold on Splinter Talk? Yeah, that's one of the things that I want to get to. I just haven't had that conversation, but I'll put that on my list and see if I can't find Nate today. Will we be having SPS airdrop points for the voucher we're holding? No, vouchers are not going to be worth airdrop points. If the voucher will stop after the pre-sale, does that mean that there would be a break for the first 1 million pack to the next million? It's possible. It shouldn't be very long. It might be a couple days or a week or something, but we need a little bit of time to process the pre-sale. Can we have one card sneak peek tonight? I would have said yes, but Nate's not here, so I don't have somebody that can show you that. Recently, mobile purchases with Apple are disabled. Any ETA on them coming back? PayPal conversion rates are horrible, at least 10% or more, and crypto to credits are not worth it. Yeah, going in and out of fiat is always rough. You can thank government for that. They're largely responsible for why that makes it terrible. Any plans on Binance listing for SPS? So the company that controls Binance listings is actually Binance, not Splinterlands. So you guys should go point your questions on Twitter and social media and everywhere else, demanding that, if you want them to list us, you should be telling them. I don't make decisions for Binance. I don't work for Binance. I can't tell you what Binance is going to do. Are bots okay if you only use one account? You can use them on more accounts. I'm not the boss of you, and we don't ban bots. I mean, we will ban bots if they're doing stupid things like purposely trying to exploit how the system works, but that's not generally what we're here to do. Sorry if it was about lands contribute to leak power. No, there's not. When will SPS be used to buy cards? I mean, I think we accept SPS now, so you can buy credits with SPS right this second. Can you accept the challenge of the no sleep game to make Splinterlands active in Twitch for 24 hours? I have no idea what that challenge is, so I can't say yes or no. What is the land purpose? Look, people I don't want you to repeat your questions. Will you add promo cards for Halloween or Christmas? Maybe. That's not really what we do. It's a little gimmicky, and we often don't have time. When playing higher rank, there are no other people playing practice matches, so it's impossible to actually practice other than ranked. Have you thought about putting in bots with full sets of cards to play against other players that want to use the practice match so it's actually used? You could try challenge matches. Find somebody that's in the right league and do some challenge matches with them. Any other tournaments coming up? Not many running at the moment. Yeah, I'm trying to go get I'm trying to set it up a little bit differently, so we'll see if we can get that done this week. You mentioned after the pre-sale you still need tickets or vouchers to purchase packs. Wouldn't this be negative to new players, as the new packs are supposed to encourage new players to sort a challenge in the modern format? Yeah, it is a little annoying. I definitely admit that requiring vouchers would be annoying to new players. So maybe not all packs will require vouchers, but a bunch of them. Don't really know how that'll work yet. But that said, it's also extremely good for the community, because the people that stake packs, you're basically selling, when we sell a pack, it's not just us, it's also the community that's getting the benefit of us selling packs. So it's kind of Splinterlands gets the cut that we need to operate our business, and then the community can decide what the actual price of a pack ought to be. How do proposals work on Splinter Talk? Splinter Talk, you can make a proposal, you decide where you would want funding to go, and then if enough people vote for it, then your project is funded. And then there's some limitations on that. But it's basically working right off of the Hive DAO playbook. Any plans on adding stake age bonuses to future plans? If you stake sooner or longer, get more rewards? Not really. I mean, that's basically what vouchers are, that you're getting your stake days paid to you every single day. There's not additional bonuses for staking longer, but I don't know. I'm not going to say no. It's just not the next priority. Why on the mobile app, when there is no melee rule set, is my base chicken not usable? I don't know. All right, question. Can I stake my SPS the day before the vouchers start, or are there advantages for staking for longer? Well, every day that you stake it, you are earning some, so that by the time that you're trying to earn vouchers, you would have more. But you can stake whenever you want, because we're not the boss of you. Does using TribalDeck's liquidity pool count as 2x the DEC? Yes, the DEC SPS pool counts as double. Does anyone have a list of these tournaments that are guaranteed profits? Yeah, it's just on the tournaments page there, boss. All right, how do you intend to incentivize people to reach higher leagues? Right now, the price you pay to reach Diamond Champion overwhelms any kind of reward you might win it. Well, I think one of the big things is going to be when SPS rewards are handed out to players. That's going to have a pretty drastic impact on just how much you can earn. What happens after the 1 year airdrop is over? Are there future plans for airdrop points? At the moment, no. What happens is that the tokens, the 20 million per month, they go out to investors, and then all the stuff that goes out to the airdrop suddenly stops, and that inflation just ends. So you can make up your own mind of what happens in a growing community when major sources of inflation of the token just end. Question, what is the plan of the devs in the future? Will Splinterlands be able to be 3D animations like other NFT games? Who knows? We're currently going after 2.5D, but if we get big partners, we can do anything. It's code. All right, why isn't allowed to rent during picking of cards? Do you have a plan in the future to give an access the gamer to rent a card during picking of the deck before battling? Maybe it's not like we're forbidding that. It's just not the priority. But if we have enough devs, we can do little stuff like that. Question to tournament, to follow up on these tournament, these players are getting free SPS. Right, it's like free. As there are so little players joining these tournaments that even finishing last, they can triple their entry fee. Yeah, I mean, that to me is a pretty big incentive to go buy and stake SPS, but maybe instead you just want to not do that, and that's your prerogative. What about adding more supply information for the cards like max supply and burned beside and circulation? I mean, I don't think that we're going to add more stuff to the market, but that kind of stuff can all be done by third-party sites. So, we should put that on third parties, not necessarily us directly. Any plans on Binance listing? All right, well, I've shared this before. Binance makes decisions for Binance. I make decisions for Splinterlands. So if you want, that is a Binance decision for Binance. So you can go talk to Binance employees about what they're going to do. It's sort of like, are there any Binance plans for Chaos Legion packs and the number of them? Well, they don't make decisions here, so I don't know. I doubt that CZ is going to have any input on that. You have about 760 quest potions left. This is 2 years worth. Do you intend to keep the daily quests as an integral part of the game? I don't know what we're going to do with daily quests. Why are you guys the best dev team? I don't know if that's sarcastic or real. It's because we hire exceptional people, and they're awesome, and they're really passionate about what we're doing. Is this based on current rank or based on the highest rank in the current season? Your cards, deck, credits, potion. I think that's going to be based on your current rank, but loot chests aren't always just determined by rank. I don't know. After the pre-sale, will there be open market to buying packs, or what will remain the perks for buying during the pre-sale? Yeah, I mean, there will be secondary markets for packs, if that's what you're asking. Question, is there a way that people can schedule an appointment to discuss business-related questions with Yabamat? I mean, you could just message him. Typically, business stuff goes through me, but if you're positive that it's a Matt thing, I guess you can contact him. You're a Mav. What is land purpose? Why are you asking this for like the third time on multiple accounts? That's obnoxious. Did you consider the new player in implementing the voucher and pre-sale, doubling the price and nerfing the card's power? So I guess you're coming with a certain perspective there. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to go design this for the entire economy. And so new players are one stakeholder group. They're not the only stakeholder group. Obviously, adding vouchers is not ideal for new players because it's simpler to just pay $4 than it is to pay $4 in a voucher. But I really think that that's going to impact everybody, new players and old players. And it's a small inconvenience to the people buying cards, but a massive convenience and benefit to the people that stake and own SPS for long periods of time. What is AMA? It stands for Ask Me Anything. Question in general chat, we always talk about making card rotations for ghost cards per season. We think that it could give bot owners a disadvantage. The market's going to move much more. Meta discussions every season will increase And the game will overall be a more fun experience. We think it's a really good idea, but would you consider a feature like this? We can consider it. I don't know. I'm not sure that I think they would make very much difference at all, but yeah, we can consider it over time. How will cards work on land? Am I going to need max cards to earn max resources off my land plots? Thanks for doing these AMAs. Appreciate it greatly. So it's most likely that you're gonna need summoners and monsters to work on land. The higher the level of the summoner and monsters, the higher the benefit that they will provide. And when those monsters are parked on your land, they will not be able to be used in fighting. So those are things to keep in mind. Will the Chaos Legion cards be part of the chest rewards pool once released? No, Chaos Legion cards will not be chest rewards. What is the exchange Cryptomancer mentioned earlier where you can auto stake SPS? I think that's one of the cake farms. I think he's talking about Cub. And I think that was Matt, not Cryptomancer. Are Chaos Legion packs going to be dropped in chests? Will Bronze get them when? Yes, I believe that Chaos Legion will be dropped into packs. Are you planning on using same voucher tokens for future packs? Yeah, I mean, I think anything that's like cool and promotional, where here's some limited edition thing and you're going to want it and everybody else is going to want it and there's not going to be enough to go around and it's going to be terrible that really only a handful of people that get them. The handful of people that get them are the ones that will have the vouchers to be able to purchase them. So I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, vouchers are the highest form of currency any ecosystem could want. They are a representation of stake days. And, you know, if there's a behavior that we want people to stake and we want them to do it for a long time. So vouchers kind of represent that. So I'm pretty keen on those. Will titles be transferable? Yes, titles will be transferable. They are transferable now. There's just not a UI for it. So it's kind of ugly and not easy to do, but it is technically possible. When will the next AMA be? The next AMA be? Let me go pull that up. That's my email, and this is my calendar. Probably 2 p.m. Let me check next Friday. No, I'm doing, what the hell is that? I don't know what I'm doing. Looks like I'm giving talks in the middle of the day. So 1:30, 2:30. I guess the next one's gonna be at 8 p.m. So next one will be 8 p.m. on Friday the 8th. Okay, going down. Question: if a player buy cards in Peak Monster or Monster Market using credits, will the cashback for the affiliate program apply? Yeah, you should. If you're buying stuff directly from the game during this, it should award you that stuff. What plans do the team have if they sign the new player count drop due to season and reward changes that would entice new players to sign up? Well, we'll have to go do more to bring new players on and figure out other plans or possibly change what we're doing, but that's not quite the biggest concern I have, considering we're one of the fastest growing projects in the entire ecosystem. What will happen to unsold pre-sale packs? I don't believe everyone will be using their vouchers to buy packs, and there will definitely be fractions of a voucher all around the place. Well, you can still trade fractions of a voucher, and I think we'll hit our whole 1 million of packs sold. I don't really see a problem with that. Maybe there's a little bit of noise. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Can make it the arena rank fairer, which mean it for bronze for power rating 300 below. Shouldn't let high power people hog all the spot. They should fight with people in their level so newbie can also have a chance to grow up. Yeah, there's some concerns around the ranking system. Question is, drop cards from the pre-sale going to work the same way as the past expansion? Yes, the airdrop cards will happen basically the same way. Is it changeable when you said 10% is only for pre-sale or it was fixed? Yeah, the 10% discount for SPS is only planned for the pre-sale. Can I buy packs using credits? Well, yes, credits, but you're also going to need vouchers. Can I buy new packs using credits on pre-sale? Yes. If I have one voucher and I buy one pre-sale pack, do I keep my voucher? No. This was very informative, but I have to hop now. All right, Sea Breeze, thanks for being here. It only took me 15 minutes extra to get to your question. Yesterday, someone showed how someone rented level 1 cards to others for insane prices in order to convert credits to DEC. Will their accounts be banned as well? Likely, that's a term of service violation. Will vouchers be burned when using opening packs, or will it still be in our accounts for the other benefits that are planned? Excuse me, I had to stay up pretty late. No, I mean, you're not going to keep your voucher. It's going to be transferred to us. We might keep some to go build liquidity pools, but I think we're going to be burning them. But I don't know what's going to happen. We got to do that whole math. Will vouchers be burned opening packs? That's the next question. Yeah, I don't know. Probably burned, but maybe kept so that we can put it in some liquidity pools. Who answered the question for us, and do we need to wait for personal reply or mention a group? I'm aggroed, and I'm doing this. Could it be possible to put guild buildings or guild value to airdrop points and connect payout with member rank? Yeah, there's a bunch of different things. We've really been thinking about how to like tokenize guilds. That's on the brain, but it's not the highest priority. So we'll get to something like this in the not too distant future. And I'm getting really sleepy, so I'm going to say let's go stop questions here. I'm gonna keep going through them, but if somebody could go put like a line, maybe you could scroll down to the bottom and put a line where I'm done doing questions. Could it be possible to put out guild buildings or guild value to airdrop points connected with member rank? We just answered that. Would you consider increasing the power of cards or reducing the level of power required to get to silver? Almost $100 invested, and I am not near silver. Yeah, we can take looks at these things, but I'm not super inclined to do it. Is there any update on bot leadership feeding? I'm pretty sure it is still happening. We didn't really talk about that much yet, but that is on the stuff to talk about. What is the percentage of loot chest reward? Got any table data? Somebody has that somewhere. It's in the last post, or one of the last posts. Any plans for graphics overhaul to make it look like a AAA title game? Yes, we have more fancy graphics coming. Now we are buying crazy pre-sale added in the airdrop points. Yes, the pre-sale can be added to your airdrop points. When is the next free airdrop card? When the pre-sale sells out. Any plans for reducing DEC requirements for the guilds? I'm not sure. The amount of DEC is the amount of DEC. This is what we announced, and I'm not super inclined to change it. Maybe we will. We'll see. Could you please add card power next to price for easy shopping plan? Maybe that's probably not the world's worst idea. We'll consider it. Now we are buying crazy pre-sale added in the airdrop point. No, the Chaos Legion packs will be added to airdrop points, yes. If we buy Chaos Legion packs with SPS, is it whatever the current SPS price is at the time, or a set of SPS amount? I think it's going to be market rates, and then you'll get a 10% discount when doing stuff directly with the site. Will the Chaos Legion packs give airdrop points? Yes, 300. Now we are buying crazy pre-sale ad. He keeps asking the same question over and over. Maybe somebody can go tell Arun Akalam that he doesn't need to repeat questions over and over. Question, maybe a search box on Splinterlands cards would be great. Currently, no way to search for a card by name when looking at owned cards on Splinterlands. Guess on Pig Monsters, but native to Splinterlands would be helpful. Yeah, search box is sort of on the list, but it's not super high priority. Are we required to open our packs to receive the airdrop cards? No. Red Watchers, it's Rift Watchers or mini expansion. How much DEC? I think we're planning 3K per pack. Where can I read the Chaos Legion white paper that's in the docs? Or it's on our peakd.com/@Splinterlands. Rift Watchers or mini expansion, how much? Yeah, 3,000 DEC. I need to put SPS on my skate to qualify for the 10% discount, or I only need to have SPS in my account. No, you spend the SPS and we give you the discount because we want you to use that currency. Lyria is asking, can you add tournaments with lower point requirement? Nope. They are kind of steep and they're designed to be steep. What day the newly packed rank update and loot chest start? I think that might be today. I think that was their goal to add that little piece today. After the pre-sale, will we get vouchers still with the SPS staked? Yes, there might be a little break in there. What is the purpose of SPS and the next move of SPS? The purpose of SPS is to provide a governance token where players have the ability to impact the game. And the next move of SPS is finishing out more aspects of the white paper and building those things into the game. When Splinterlands in real life party conference? Yeah, Splinterfest is on my brain. I do want to do it. I don't know when. Actual question. Did you think about the Chaos Legion pre-sale incentives removing SPS liquidity and dumping it into stake pool? Might mean that the price will skyrocket and liquidity could collapse at the same time. Any thoughts on this potential issue? No, I'm getting too sleepy to think through that. Questions. Titles will be available after the pre-sale if you buy 1,000 packs. If so, do you need to buy the 1,000 packs in one go? Yes, you do. Will you ever return the highest achieved rank system? Probably not. It's exploitive. Splinterlands card house in Mirandus. You can walk in and play against each other in Mirandus with your splitter decks, betting against each other. Yeah, we like the guys from Gala. I could see us working together. Can we use SPS to purchase post pre-sale lands? Yeah, we're going to have the ability to use SPS to buy credits, and then credits can do stuff, but it's not. I don't think you'll be able to use them directly. Can I buy packs and resell them later in third-party markets? Yes, you may. After pre-sale, will anyone be able to buy packs without any limit or any fair distribution when buying? Well, some of it might still be using the voucher system. We'll see. Who is doing the AMA summary? We don't know. Questions, do you have spare Untamed with you? No, nobody has spare Untamed. There's no such thing as spare cards because you can just rent them or get SPS for them. Nobody has spare anything in this game. Will the Chaos packs give airdrop points? If so, how many per pack? Yes, 300. What happens with the vouchers after you use them? Are they getting burned or going to devs? If they go to devs, it's because we're going to build some liquidity pools with them. If otherwise, we'll just burn them. Why didn't you guys reward the people who have been staking since it went live? Would have been such a wonderful way to reward loyal players. I mean, most people that have been staking since the beginning have earned a crap ton of money doing it. I feel like we have certainly rewarded nearly everybody in this community in one way or another. When can you release the API docs for a third-party dev? It's a little bit of intentional to not release like some of the API docs just because it's like, well, if you can't figure it out, maybe we don't want the third-party app. But, you know, they're not meant to be super complicated. So I don't know. That's kind of out of my hand. There are only 1 million vouchers. We have only announced 1 million vouchers. Then it's not possible to have the 1 million pre-sale packs sold. Many fractions of vouchers will get lost in some inactive accounts. Yeah, I think there's slightly more than 1 million that will come out. Is pre-sale only available for purchase via voucher? Well, it's $4 and a voucher, so you need both. You can buy packs without vouchers after the pre-sale for $4 each or from the market. Yeah, you can certainly go on the market and buy them. I don't know that you'll be able to pay $4, but you'll be able to get them. How many SPS is needed to be staked for one voucher? That's a moving target. And it's also, what you really need is like how many staked to get one voucher per day. is normally the metric people are looking for. And you know, folks can help do that math. I'm too tired. I apologize. I was interrupted listening to this, and it must have been while you were answering my questions about the product suggestions. Any chance you could repeat that answer? Yeah, I have no idea what your question is. Like I'm got so many of these. I don't memorize who asked what. Will the bonus packs come from the pre-sale amount? No, they will not. Those will be separate. Go get some sleep. Yeah. I know. What is your opinion on the collection power versus price for league requirements compared to previous packs that have been released? For example, if a new player wanted to gain a collection power to be able to enter Champion, they would need to buy 2,619 packs. By comparison, Dyson Untamed, it was only 871. Yeah, I mean, we make it harder and harder. So that's what we do. All right, guys, I'm freaking toast. I don't know how I got this sleepy, but it's probably because I do stuff for this game around the clock, never stop, and I'm only focused on helping this community grow. And it is entirely exhausting. Anyway, sorry I got tired here. I do try to be in good spirits and good energy, but I'm definitely getting tired. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks everybody. The devs are freaking killing it. We had a super smooth end of season that was amazing. We've had more games played than ever before in like the shortest time period ever. We have like the most players that are active. We made it to the #1 like DAP in the world on DAP radar. Just like literally every single part of this is killing it. And in case you didn't know, SBS is at 57 cents. I mean, just what more could you guys want? I mean, I just feel like this team and this community is doing amazing stuff. So please tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids, tell everybody. We're doing Splinterlands over here, and it's awesome. And Chaos Legion's coming soon. You really need to go make sure that you are staking SPS. Again, please have some measured caution around your expectations. Because there's 400,000 plus accounts that are going to want these, and there's only 1 million available. Most people aren't going to be able to get as many as they want. But anyways, you guys are swell. Have a great day. Thanks so much, and kudos to the community, and welcome our newest wizard, Hardpoint. Night, everybody. Good day.